my loves, welcome back to episode 6 of Bloomingthrugrowingpains. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I'm actually currently going through that sucks, and it's about your friends moving away. Um, Recently, I have been having to deal with my best friend Maddie moving to a different state, and it's already hard enough that she travels so much. I barely get to see her, but now whenever she does come home, she won't be coming home to me, which is a huge deal to me. And I've been thinking about what topic should I talk next on my podcast, and this one was perfect. I was like, I'm currently going through it. I know exactly how I'm going to deal with it. So why not speak to you guys about it? That you guys are probably going through the same thing. We're in our 20s. People move all the time when they're growing up, like college, school, whatever the reason is. They're always moving around and it sucks. And sometimes you don't really know how to handle it. So today I'm going to be coming here and talking to you guys of the things that I'm going to be doing to keep this friendship that I have with my best friend while she moves away. Before I get into that, she wasn't the only one who's moved away. My closest friends in college last year moved back to their country, which was a big deal for me. I did not know how to handle it. I went from having this huge group of friends to basically one friend, and I got into the biggest depression. They were still around, I still contacted them. Like, we would still text and call here and there. Until this day, we still do. But it's not the same when you don't have your best friends around. Like, when I lived in college with them, at 3 o'clock in the morning, we would be hungry and we would go to McDonald's and get food. Like, they were just a call away or literally a walk away. And now they're in a whole different country, which I had to start learning how to deal with. And at first, I felt super lonely. I was depressed. I would cry a lot because I would want to go to these different events. And my best friends that I would go to these events with weren't around me. And I didn't know how to deal with it. So I think that the most important thing to learn about this whole situation is to love being by yourself first. And that's something that I was talking to my dad about today because I had a little mental breakdown about my best friend leaving. And he told me, that's the part of life that we all have to learn is people aren't always going to stay around. And it sucks. And it's not because they don't love you, it's because each and every one of us have our own lives that we have to pursue and that we have to keep moving forward. And sometimes if that means leaving the nest and leaving the people that you love, you have to do it and you have to be happy for them doing it. And my dad was like, you have to learn how to love yourself first, how to love being alone, how to love being in your own company. And that stems from this whole situation. I feel like sometimes I feel so lonely. It's normal. You feel lonely when your friends aren't around, and I've had to learn how to love being by myself. And that's exactly what I did when my first group of friends left. I went to the beach by myself for the first time, which was a big deal because I do love the beach, but I hated going alone because sorry, I got distracted. I hated going alone because I have social anxiety and I did not like to be at this place where there's so many people around me by myself. And I forced myself to get out of my comfort zone and to do the things I love by myself. And I had to learn. And I feel like that was one of my biggest accomplishments. I'm sorry. That I learned how to do the things I love by myself. And I went to the beach. I laid there with my journal. I wrote, put my headphones on so nobody bothered me, and that was the first step. And ever since that day, now I do a lot of things alone. I go to Panera Bread. I eat lunch by myself while I study and work on my podcast. I do a lot of things alone now. I go shopping by myself, which at first was a huge deal. I would never go to the mall by myself. After I learned how to do those things, having a friend so far away from me wasn't as hard as it used to because I learned how to be by myself. Not saying that it still isn't hard, it's super hard. I'm gonna miss my best friend so much now that she's moving, but you learn that it's going to be okay and that them being a little far isn't going to be the end of the world. And That's something that I had to learn to deal with. And another thing is communication. Your friend is not going to stop being your friend if you just communicate with them, no matter how far they are. Give them a call. A 10-minute call a week helps so much. You can catch up in 10 minutes, I promise. Like, summarize what you just went through this whole week and let them know how your week has been. And trust me, the friendship is still going to be there. There's planes, there's cars, there's boats. You can make it to them somehow. And if they're your true friend, they're going to be there through all these years, through all these ups and downs. They're going to stick around no matter how far they are. And even though it sucks, like right now, I am so upset that she's leaving. She leaves tomorrow and I am depressed. I've been crying all day, actually. And it's okay to feel. It's okay to grieve like this stage of your life, because you're going to go from seeing them every day to not really seeing them every day, to probably seeing them once every month or once every 2 months. Maybe even in a couple years you'll see them. It's okay to grieve that part of your life. And I think that that's what we all feel when our friend leaves. It's grieving how we used to be, how close we used to be, in a way. Like, you were minutes away from me and now you're in a whole different state. So I think that that was just a big realization for me, how much I've grown. And this is part of growing up, is dealing with these situations. And this made me realize, I'm growing up. People are leaving. It's going to be okay. You're still going to see them eventually. And it's a normal situation that we all go through, and you're not alone. If you feel alone, if you feel like your friends have left to college, just work, whatever it may be, we all go through it. It's okay. Learn to be by yourself. Learn to be alone, to be lonely sometimes. You learn so much from being alone. And even though it sucks in the beginning, it's gonna suck and you're gonna have to get used to it. It's going to be okay. Your friend's always gonna be there for you if they're your real friend. And it's just something I've been going through. And this is also gonna be a short podcast because I did put 2 podcasts up this week. It's going to be this one and the one I had last week. But this one's a little bit shorter. It's just something I had to say that was on my mind. I think this week has been kind of improvised because I'm sorry, guys. I'm going through finals and I've been studying. I've been on time management. Has sucked this week because I've been cramming, but I still wanted to get a little word out there for you guys of something that I'm going through that you guys might be going through also. And this one will, of course, be uploaded on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. But other than that, that's all I had to say. I'm going to miss my best friend so much. Maddie, if you're listening to this, I love you and I'm going to miss you. But I'm going to visit you. We're going to have fun. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that you're not alone if you're missing somebody. Everything's going to be all right and you're going to get through it. Just learn how to be alone. Learn how to be by yourself and to love yourself, and everything's going to be okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little short podcast this week. I promise next week is going to be a lot better. Finals are going to be done. I'm going to be graduated. I'm going to get back into it with my 20-minute long podcast. But I hope you guys enjoyed today. And it was short and sweet. But I love you guys. Hope you guys are having a great week. If you're going through finals, get through it. You're going to do fine. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.